ecstasy when you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you made me feel like I can touch the sky. You made me feel like I can touch the sky. Touch the sky. You made me feel like I can touch the sky. Every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my You are my ecstasy when you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you made me feel like I can touch the sky. You made me feel like I can touch the sky. touch the sky. Every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my. You are my. You are my. Every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my ecstasy. When you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I You are my ecstasy. When you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Couldn't call me, couldn't be sorry rolling. Like whoa, you took all my love like you stole it. Got me like whoa, yeah, whoa. You are my, you are my, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Every time you leave, I come down. So good, you know that I need you around. You are my, you are my, you are my, every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my ecstasy. When you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Couldn't call me, couldn't be sorry rolling. Like whoa, you took all my love You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my you are my you are my every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my ecstasy. When you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Great and golden, girl, we saw me rolling. Like whoa, you took all my love like you stole it. Got me like whoa, yeah, whoa. You are my
Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. My name is Edgio, and I am going to be casting alongside the wonderful Zach here. Zach, how are you feeling today?
I am really excited. It looks like it's the first match of the season. You know, this is the Open Division Week 1 by IGLeague for $3,000, and we're just starting off, and I'm really excited for today because we have some good teams.
Yeah, good teams today. I know we have Team Fish Taco versus Non-Negative here, but of course, this is a $3,000 Open Division tournament, 19 teams on the line, 7 weeks of competitive play for us, and we're going to be taking it slow. So each day we're here casting with IGLeague. We're only going to be casting maybe 1 or 2 best of 3s. Today, 1 best of 3 with the 2 teams I previously stated, and we're going to be opening it up on the map of Split. So, Zach, what do you feel about the map of Split? How is that like? It was banned from the map pool for a while, brought back. Where is it at in your head?
I mean, I've always liked the map. I felt really bad when they took it out, so I'm happy to see it back. I think that the biggest struggles for teams seems to be remembering the changes that have happened. Like, I don't know if you guys were watching like one of those tournaments that recently happened, but people keep forgetting, for example, on that A site, that Raptors area, it's now cut off. You can look down and see who's hiding there, so that's no longer like a viable spot. If you're trying to hold a site and prevent a retake. So small things like that, those are the spots that really like cause a problem for most of the teams if they haven't prepped enough, if they haven't practiced enough. So I'm excited to see how these teams are going to go. But overall, I feel like the map is in a much better state right now because I felt like it was super defense heavy and it was really difficult for attackers to find any kind of purchase. So all these factors considered, I am really excited to have it back in a much more competitive state, so as to speak.
And I really like how you pointed out what was removed or taken away from the game itself. Obviously, Not a lot of changes over on the B side. And A got almost a complete overhaul. As you said, you pointed out the cubby that no longer people can hide underneath rafters. That's gone. But also in the heaven area, there's no longer that stairway that kind of gets you messed up early. It
Oh
just
yeah.
is a quick, easy slope. I remember dying there all the time because of people just getting in that really weird angle up tucked around the corner. So definitely heaven seems to be tweaked quite a bit. I know that the site still is about the same. They still have the exact same screen that is wall bangable. So honestly, I expected kind of more changes to Split to make it viable, but that's how things are. And obviously, when it comes to map design, with how we changed things up a little bit, I think the only map that really got the overhaul that it needed was Fracture. Icebox got one as well, but Fracture's overhaul was just massive, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Icebox as well. I really like what they did with that B side because entering the B side on attack was such a pain most of the time. But now that they managed to clear out some of those awkward corners, make yellow a bit more accessible, and of course, just removing that really annoying box towards the planting area, it's just made attacking on Icebox so much better. But yeah, like you mentioned, a lot of these maps they've gotten the overhaul that they really desperately needed. I hope that Breeze gets one soon if it's ever going to come back into the map pool because that map it's my pet peeve. I just do not like playing Breeze.
You know, here's the thing. It's like I love Breeze when it comes to high level gameplay because it always goes down to the oppers. And as an opper myself, I mean, it's not really a crutch if it's just a skill diff at points. You know, is it an op crutch if I get an ace with it? That's the question. But Breeze, it's such a large map, and I feel like we really need large maps. But now we're kind of tucked in. You know, speaking of large maps, I mean, they brought Lotus in, and Lotus is kind of a medium sized map, yet it does have those 3 sites. So you know, lots of different game modes to be going through and lots of different plays that we're going to be having. And honestly, if I were to say one thing, it would be I'm hoping that we can see some different strategies than we saw in the previous version of Split. You know, what kind of team composition, Zoc, do you think we might be seeing here brought to the table? Is it going to be the same or is it going to be something new?
I mean, I doubt that there's going to be too much difference because it's Split after all, and it's pretty meta. For example, a duelist, it's usually preferred. People like to go in for that raise because of how aggressive she gets played as well. I am expecting to see some Killjoy action or Cypher action because of the nerf that Chamber got. And oh, there we go. Derp and Haxa are proving me right as we speak. But looking at the duelists, I am very excited to see that Euro and Hayabusa because this is one of the maps where he is, in my opinion, extremely viable. His teleportation skills, they can really help him gate crash into site if necessary. A lot of fakes as well. And with that revamp kit that he got like a couple of patches ago, I think that he's definitely, he has a much more viable toolkit and it's definitely possible. But sadly, Hayabusa is going to disappoint me. But looking at the other agents, Edu, what do you think?
You know, looking at the other agents, I really like the Breach and Raze for sure. Viper, though, I haven't seen a lot of Viper on Split. I mean, I know that she kind of splits off into different levels of usability. I know Brimstone is mostly the control agent that I see in Astra, and that's what we're actually seeing. But it's going to be a double controller meta here for the defending side. What do you think about the double controller as the Astra and Viper have to mesh together?
I love it, honestly, because, you know, when you combine that Astra utility with the Killjoy utility, it's going to make getting into sites super difficult. And of course, on this particular map, I feel like Viper, she functions as not a controller, but more like a sentinel because of how much stall time she can buy, like her wall across mid or covering up the A side, the poison orb towards any of the main areas, or for trying to defuse a spike. She has a very versatile kit. And on attack as well, I think she's going to be proving really valuable, considering that the team hasn't gone in, neither of the teams have gone in for a Sage. I feel like when it comes to defending, Team Fish Taco seem to have a little bit of the upper side here.
Yeah, I like their team composition. They have it kind of more spread evenly. I think the skill ceiling is a little bit higher for them for sure. But obviously, I also want to point out the Reyna pick for attack here. So it looks like they want to start off on a pretty attack-heavy opening here with both a double duelist and, of course, a Cypher instead of a Killjoy Cypher. I think really can move a lot more than Killjoy can when it comes to, like, just progressing on the site. But we're already going right in here.
Yeah, the round is starting off, and already it seems like the attackers are going to be going in for some early mid presence here. 4 of them, in fact, I think all of them except for the Cypher are going to be pushing up here. With off the flash, 2 of them are going to be blinded, but unfortunately not quite able to connect the kills. The swing from Adrenaline is perfect though, and they're able to get one before they're finally taken out. A lot of utility being dumped right now towards this area, and now that they know there are at least 3 players, it's going to be open season. In the meantime, on the A side, Derp has found a pick, and that is going to leave the side completely vulnerable to the attackers now.
Wow, I mean, that is what you want to be seeing from a Cypher, lurking around, getting those early picks. And now we got Kairos here trying to just make some space. It's already a 3 against 4. Luckily, though, lots of players are low on HP, but they are definitely focused on screens here. I do see that Hunto got spotted. They should just find that one pick here, and there it is. Defense already on their way to retake this site. Just have to manage to get through, and it's a double lineup, and they don't get taken down by Kairos, and already defense has to start making some moves.
2 players left right now, and they're both fairly healthy. The peak is good though, and Derp and Stu are going to be able to complete that cleanup despite being at a significant health disadvantage, I would say. I like how they were able to just consistently get those double peaks in and trade each other out and made sure that they maintained that first player advantage that they had going into the round. But again, breaking down that round, you know, I love that initial mid aggression. You know, I think that the defense saw 4 players and a lot of rotation came in towards the vents area. But I think what really opened up the round for the attackers there was Cypher being able to get that pick. Like I said, it just completely laid open the A side, and it was basically free at that point. So a really good round coming in from Nonnegative so far, and off the back of that, they're going to be having these extra guns to play with in this particular time.
Yeah, I really like how we are actually seeing a force up by the defense here. Stingers in hand. That's a lot of money to try to invest to take back the economy here. And Denji up close and personal. It's the Reyna wanted to go, and the flashbang's only going to help out himself. Let's see it again. And Denji with the double kill down. This is exactly what you want to be seeing from an opening Reyna. Now Kairos stuck on site only with the Stinger. But is this Stinger going to absolutely connect? But look at that. What a pick. Almost a double.
A bad time to run out of bullets. Derp as well, as always, on the lurk, able to find one more kill, and it's all down to just Mats here with that Stinger in hand. Has to go in for a 1v4 retake. I think that made a little bit of noise as well, so the position might be noted. Mats has to methodically clear out all of these angles because the last position of the Cypher was towards mid, and with that camera, they know that it's going to be towards the heaven right now. The cage coming through at the perfect time, as well as the stun. So much utility being dumped by the attackers here, and off the back of that, they're going to win an almost flawless round here, bringing their lead to 2. And right now, the economy for Fish Tacos is looking a bit desperate. They're still going to be able to buy up these Stingers, which can prove to be devastating. But overall, I think that Nonnegative, they can really extend their lead here if they play their cards right.
Yeah, and I mean, we just saw what they could do with Stingers in their hands. It was nearly a flawless round by the attackers. And obviously, hindsight's 2020. Wish they saved it so they can actually get some rifles. And speaking of rifles, only one on the teams right now, and it's actually in the hands of the attacking Astra. It's a Bulldog, though. So how are they going to be able to work that through? I do like Denji as the opening frag. You know, sometimes Reyna players just don't know how to hold W, but let's see if Denji can do that and maybe open it up for some picks here.
Yeah, they've already managed to get control of Heaven. However, the Killjoy is on site, so that's going to be getting inside very awkward. Perhaps knowing that is why they're going to be taking Heaven control instead, possibly pushing towards screen. In the meantime, Hayabusa, aware of the possibility of the lurk, is watching the angle, but Derp finds the better of that player, and first blood goes to the hands of Nonnegative here. 2 players towards CT now, trying to retake Heaven. The flash is perfect, and off the back of that, Mats will be able to convert that pick up that gun as well. In the meantime, though, the B side has completely fallen. Again, Derp just being able to constantly find these angles and open up sites. Kairos is towards mid, but perhaps they're aware of the possibility because look at how Breach is constantly watching that angle.
Yeah, I really like the way that they're just locking this down. Of course, with that rifle in hand as well. The Bulldog, easy one tap if you just zoom in. But here's Haxa getting in the alleyway, but absolutely getting mowed down. Here's Kairos, though, still in B main. Just has to push out. Maybe could get the pick on a Breach. And Breach not able to hold that down forever. And that is a beautiful double kill down by the Viper, leaving only Matt Z to clutch it up against these 2 very low players. Matt, clean triple kill to end that off. And that is now around somehow taken back by these defenders.
I like how Mats played that. He was able to systematically isolate those fights in that 1v2, and I think that's what really won him the round. That, and of course the fact that the other 2 players were super low. But again, the Stingers, they come through for the side of Team Fish Tacos and revitalizes their economy. Nonnegative still should be able to buy. They also have both that Cosmic Divide as well as that Neural Theft available. So if Derp continues managing to get these sneaky picks off of those lurks, that Cypher ults could prove to be pivotal in deciding where exactly they want to execute afterwards. I really like so far I feel like Derp is the player to watch out for on the team of Nonnegative. He is just having so much impact with his positionings and lurks so far.
Yeah, absolutely living up to his team name. 6-1, being able to get that early ultimate. But now we have rifles in the hands of both teams here, but a little bit more sided towards those attackers as we can kind of expect here. But hopefully in a rifle versus rifle, we don't see anybody really fall behind. Denji up close and personal in male. Just has to try to find the pick on a Killjoy, but this breach is going to be shutting him down. Haxa, clean, effective push up, and what a shot! The amazing combo of Hayabusa and Haxa able to just work it through. And now it's a 2 against 5. And already Team Fish Tacos is completely shifting this in their favor. But Derp, he goes down as well, leaving only this Astra remaining.
A 1v5 for Narukami to pull it off. Does have control of the spike, so at least that's one small thing that's going in their favor here. But right now, is not aware of the positioning of these players because some time has passed by since the rest of the team died. Knows that the Astra for the defenders is on the A side. Tries to go towards mid instead to get a pick. At this point, it's more about how much damage that they can do or if they can save this Vandal and them actually being able to clutch out the round here. I think that considering the economy of the team, it might be better for Narukami to try and hold on to this Vandal, which seems to be what he's trying to do. Trying to also garner some damage in the process here. Going towards mid right now. Again, I love how the defense are playing this. They're just sticking together, holding these pivotal angles that will prevent
I think
Narukami.
you might cut out just a little bit.
Hello?
10 seconds left.
I think we lost Zoc. But if you guys wanted to know, Zoc was giving the best ever play-by-play. It's just so good that it's on a different level and our human ears can't hear it.
Hello? Is it back?
Don't worry. Don't think it, eh? Right there.
Hello?
Right there.
Am I audible?
Still can't hear Zoc. Hopefully, we will be able to soon. You know, little bugs happen here and there, but let's talk a little bit while we work it out and really figure out what's going on in the game itself. Obviously, what a stomp that we just saw from these from these defenders right back on it. Team Fish Tacos is there for it, but I think Zoc's mic is now working yet again.
Oh, here we go.
So here we go. Welcome back. And oh, what a one-way. Now, I want you to take us through here. How is Kairos going to be able to hold this down? The one-way is definitely something that you can benefit from.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the reasons why Viper is so good towards B main, towards this mid area. These one-ways can be so annoying to try and deal with. It also lets Kairos get a little bit of information and back away before too much damage happens right now. It is an eco round for the side of Team Nonnegative here, so they're trying to stick together, really capitalize on player advantage and trying to trade out, but aware of that possibility. It is going to be, once again, two players trying to hold down this mid angle. The breach flash is good, so it will push these players off. But again, the combination of this aftershock as well as I believe the snake bite is going to make the pushing very difficult, but after Narukami gets that first pick, it's going to be a slaughter coming in from Kairos of all people. The Cypher ult is popped, but the last two players being trapped between, I would say, a rock and a hard place. It's all down to just Kairos to try and hold on. It's just one player now, Derp, in a 1v2. Walks through the smoke, but Mats is more than ready for it, and that is going to be round number 3. A lead finally falling into the hands of Team Fish Tacos here.
Yeah, Team Fish Tacos taking it back 3 in a row here. 1 by defusal, 1 by time, and 1 by elimination. Just wanting to collect them all for the defense side here, and they kind of proved that they can. Now 3... Gotta catch them all, and they do. They're also catching some ultimates. 2 away for Adrenaline, 1 away for Hayabusa, and obviously 3 are ready here. So with all of that beautiful util that they are going to be able to dump here, it is very hard to push forward. And honestly, practically a double sentinel play, as you pointed out. Viper insanely powerful as that pseudo sentinel, and we're already seeing it happen right here in mid.
Yes, the Viper Spit, it just completely shuts down that region of the map. Without the right utility, it's going to be so difficult to get through. And the thing is that right now, Team Nonnegative, they're not running any information agents as initiators. They don't have that fade to try and push through it. They don't have that Sky either. Sometimes you do see the Trailblazer being able to push the Viper out of those pesky corners. But without that, mid is just completely cut off right now. And it's going to make things so much more difficult for them. They are looking to go in for an A push here right now. Through a gap in the smoke, just the edge, Mats is able to spot a player. Does a lot of damage to Narukami in the process, and again, it's just going to slow things down a lot for the attackers here. Derp, the only one still remaining, trying to show some presence, maybe cause some rotations, but it seems like Fish Tacos, they're not buying it.
Yeah, they're not buying it here. I really like that Kairos can completely lock it down now, forcing the players to go in here. Derp on that lurk, gets the pick onto A yet again, and Stu here, he's got something cooking, but this is a wonderful showstopper to try to stop the show, and it connects to Denji. There goes the Reyna, no chance at that, and already they have to try to make it work here. Point, but there's too afraid to get out of this chokehold, and adrenaline is just shutting him down every step of the way. Stu here will get one before Hayabusa with the double kill, and it's over. I mean, that is the kind of gameplay you want to be seeing from Team Fish Tacos.
That was coming in. Firstly, the fact that they didn't get faked out by the Cypher presence, and more than that, just the fact that Kairos was able to single-handedly hold down mid meant that there could be two players trying to anchor each side, and just that crossplay between the Raze and the Breach there on that B side, it just shut down that push coming in from Team Nonnegative. I also liked how the Breaches kept trading flashes. A little bit of an awkward reaction, but hey, if both people are flashed, nobody's gonna make a move, so I think that's what we ended up seeing. But right now, again, they still have control of 3 ults. What I have my eyes on is gonna be that Rolling Thunder from the Breach, as well as the Lockdown from the Killjoy, which is gonna make any kind of shutdown a piece of cake. But look at this mid push.
Yeah, this mid push is kind of different than what we've seen from Team Fish Tacos right now. They're just going straight for it, and Axa has been able to get taken down almost every time consistently by these attackers and Derp on this flank, but I want to know if Derp is able to just keep this going. Obviously, the top frag for this team, 8 and 4, but oh, beautiful piece of util to force him out. And the stun actually is not going to connect, but it doesn't matter. There's one pick, one for the one. Haxa pops the ultimate. Defender Killjoy now locking them out, locking them down, and Stu wants to make it work for them. And it's over. Another spray down. Beautifully played.
I like the Phantom. It just feels so clean when you're trying to like get these multi-kills. And of course, that lockdown, it put the side of Nonnegative into like such an untenable position, especially with the spike being dropped in the open on site like that. They just had to push that lockdown, try to take it out. But again, it just seems like Team Fish Tacos, they're one step ahead of their competition every single minute of the round, it seems like, because they were aware of the possibility. They were both just holding that angle, and Hayabusa was just able to completely shut them out. Beautiful gameplay coming in on this defense. A bit of a rough start, but hey, they've definitely got the momentum now.
Yeah, and I mean, this is why, look at that play, but it doesn't actually matter. A beautiful counterplay from the Breach, and honestly, at that point, it's just kind of uncomfortable to see that spray not actually get a pick. And I like that these attackers are trying to back it off, but they do not have a lot to work with. Just Stingers and Sheriffs to really deal the damage.
I don't know, man. After watching a lot of games, I have stopped saying just Stingers, because honestly, in my opinion, that's like one of the most scariest guns in the game. Towards the mid, again, 3 players trying to stick together, do some damage. The Frenzy, catching a little bit of chip damage, but aside from that, not too much. The Raze is low from their venture towards B main on the side of the defense, but aside from that, they still managed to maintain control of all these pivotal positions. Again, just this constant interplay and crossfire with the players and utility coming in, whether it's the Astra smokes or the poles, the Breach, of course, on both sides having such a huge impact. It's just phenomenal to watch. And now it seems like the attackers, they've rotated back towards this A side, where it seems like they want to do their final push.
Yeah, it seems like they want to just push that in, and I like what we're seeing here. You know, Stingers are pretty deadly, but so is a Vandal and a Phantom. That is an absolute massacre here. 21 HP, but is it enough? It is not. Wall bang headshot. A little bit of an Astra diff to seal the deal, and already 4 rounds on top of them. I'm really hoping that eco round was able to get their economy fixed here. I wanted to see these attackers non-negative to now stop being negative. I mean, just look at this, the scoreboard right here.
Yeah, they're definitely not living up to their name with the exception of Derp. They do have 2 pivotal ults though. Both the Rolling Thunder as well as the Showstopper are online. They also have the economy to buy in. So yeah, this is a really good timeout, because number 1, it does the job of breaking the momentum of the defense here. They've won 6 in a row. You really don't want that to continue, and you want to try and make some strides so far. I know this map is trimmed to be defender sided, but hey, 10-2 half or 9-3 half never looks good when you're trying to like make that comeback happen. But you know, looking at how both of these teams have been playing so far, Edu, what do you think that the attackers really need to do to try and turn things around here?
You know, I feel like at this point, they have demonstrated time and time again that if they push a site, they are able to get those early picks from just Derp being that good of a lurker. So if they just play it slow, wait for Derp to get that pick and actually execute on that site, I feel like they will be able to just hold it down a lot more successfully. The problem is that they're splitting off away from their carry at this point. And honestly, when the only person getting the picks is the one on the other side of the map, it doesn't really benefit you or your team.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. I feel like another problem that they're really struggling with is using utility in conjunction, which is what fish tacos are absolutely excelling at. You know, when the attackers try to get into sight, there just seems to be a little bit of a lag between the coordination and utility that they place down, whether it's like smokes or whether it's like breach concussions coming in. With the buy coming in, again, they're going to be looking for a bit of mid control here, trying to get that early pick, keep a couple of players from fish tacos occupied towards this area of the map. Let's see how it works out.
Yeah, I really do hope that they can start kind of comboing those in. And the fact that you have a raise and a breach, and we haven't seen that kind of combo work out just only from getting the aim down. And Denji here, I feel like has spent more time being blind than actually being able to see anybody. There we go. I mean,
oh yeah,
that's a lot of util to try to push him off, and it is going to select the kill down onto K-Rose here. And now we see a counter with another one, and Stu's actually going to get Haxa there. Adrenaline did pop his ultimate for this. That's one. That's two. And there's the showstopper. Oh
no.
But Mats is going to get the trade, and now we're down to a 2 versus 2. And I think with this rotation happening, that bloodbath might actually not be worth it because A side's completely open here, except for this raise.
Again, though, that was more of a preview here. You can already see the second player coming to back Hayabusa up towards CT. Hayabusa pushes through the cyber cage, gets the first, does a lot of damage to the second, and now it's going to be Astra versus Astra again. The health differential is going to be too much for Narukami to overcome, and Mats will get round number 7 for the side of Team Fish Tacos. Bit awkward towards the heaven area, but hey, Fish Tacos, I love that push from Adrenaline. The fact that he was able to swing and get to almost getting that third. If he hadn't run out of bullets, that was just some phenomenal timing that he managed to find. And again, just the way Fish Tacos is playing on this map, though, they're happy to like push on some rounds, play really passively in like some others. They're just varying the pace so much that it seems like non-negative, they just really can't keep up.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I'm kind of hoping that what we're seeing here will be able to shift it slightly. But again, when these players have not had the best rifles in hands, they have not been able to get too many kills. And right now, they are down 5. No, make that 7 rounds in a row. And Stu just needs to hold down mid, get some early picks. And again, look at how split off this team is. How are you supposed to combine your ultimates or your util if you're split this thin?
Completely agree with you there. They're desperately trying to stay alive, puts the cyber cage down, but unfortunately not going to be able to find anything with these longer range fights towards mid. Of course, these Phantoms are going to be excelling here. 2 players left alive right now. Spike's still in their control, but again, Narukami armed with only a sheriff tries to speak out. It is going to be Hunter who finds the trade again. A 1v4, the gun not quite in a position that this player can pick up right now. And they're trying to at least go to the side, get the plant down to make some money on this eco run. Goes for the corner, tries to wait for a push because there's going to be a lot of sound cues here. But Hanto doesn't know where to look, and unfortunately, that's going to be that. Round number 8, and I would say Fish Tacos, they are steamrolling their opposition right now.
Yeah, steamrolling here, only leaving a clean slate. Hopefully we can see this non-negative team go positive someday, but the only one, of course, is going to be Derp. And Derp, yes, is a good player, but the only player that is actually bringing anything to the table here. I mean, Denji, Instalock Arena, go 3-9. That's not exactly what you want to be seeing. Hopefully, we might be able to see it a little bit different on the half switch. We do know that the double Sentinel, well, pseudo Sentinel plus a Killjoy on the defense team is definitely better for defense. Maybe they might slow down on the attack.
Yeah, to make things worse, I think there's also going to be an operator online on Hayabusa right now on the defense here. That's going to make an already rough job even more difficult. It seems like non-negative, they're going to be trying to play it quick right now. The breach utility being popped on both sides, and Narukami is going to start things off with a beautiful headshot onto Adrenaline there. Mats, though, will get the trade, will get 2 for this troubles, in fact, as Kairos swings with him. Mats gets a headshot through the Phantom, a wallbang as well to clean things up. And again, it's going to be a 2v4. Less than 30 seconds through on the round, and already 3 players from the side of non-negative have gone down. Hayabusa is aware of the possibility of this lurk. Derp spots the shoulder, gets the shot, and it's all down to just Hunto yet again, a 1v4.
You know, I want to just point out, every time I see Matt's getting a kill, it's never through like air. It's always like through a wall, through a corner. Doesn't need to see someone to actually get the pick, and that's something that you just can't really teach. It's just a skill innate in these players, and obviously Matt's here. 14-3 on an Astra, just topping off. I mean, Hayabusa, 13-4. That is a very good score that you want in a competitive mode, and especially on a duelist. But then you get upstaged by an Astra. That is amazing gameplay no matter what. 9 rounds in a row. Might get it to 10-2 with this momentum. Oh!
Hawks has started things off again, goes for the white swing with the operator, getting the perfect shot as well. And in the meantime, Hayabusa has pushed his way with that raise out all the way through sewers. However, he's going to be making a lot of splashy noises there, so Derp is going to be aware of the possibility. Hayabusa pushing out. I don't know if they're going to be checking the corner. Does check the corner, but unfortunately, Derp is more than ready for it. Will get the ultimate and some information along with that gun upgrade, so that's going to be huge. In the meantime, the rest of the team has made their way onto this B side here, so that's definitely an advantage in their favor. However, though, it seems like they're going to be walking back towards A instead, having caused a rotation and having committed this cosmic divide, and it might honestly be the right call.
Yeah, I think it is the right call, but Matt's here on the defense, still able to find the one person lurk in Denji, and that's not what you want to be seeing here. Now 3 against 4, and I love that Adrenaline is reading this like a book, telling the team, hey, rotate over. Killjoy now going up to heaven. They have to somehow make it through this point, and Derp, so focused down there, is going to be able to turn around perfectly in time to get Haxa down. There goes the op, and Adrenaline needs to now make some space on the site. K-Rose walking right into Derp. This is the Cypher carrying your team.
3 kills on the round here already. Adrenaline, though, position on the site with 25 seconds left. It seems like they're going to be going for a B push again. But oh no, Matt thinks he gets the kill. Yeah, unfortunately pulls the knife out at the worst time. So now they're going to have to deal with this particular player. The double swing is perfect, though. And Derp will get the 4th on the round. They might be able to bring this to a 9-3 half if Derp keeps it up. 10 seconds left. The plants will go down, and it's up to Adrenaline to close out this 1v3. All the 3 players on Nonnegative, they're going to be trying to hold this crossfire here. They're looking fairly healthy. So as long as they can get these trades in order, it's going to be good. Derp, though, is going to be holding the angle with precision. Gets the 5th of the round and the ace, and will get the final round in the favor of Nonnegative. A 9-3 half, well, it could be much better, but hey, it could technically be worse.
Yeah, you know, I kind of want to hit back on the note I talked about earlier. This team, Team Fish Taco, insanely powerful on the defense. On their attack, I don't know if they're going to be able to bring that same kind of energy, especially with the Astra. You know, letting people push you, that's one thing. But pushing as somebody without flashbangs, only relying on it. One flash is the only thing kind of carrying this team, and that's Adrenaline here to really get them past these choke points.
The nice thing is that you can pull off a lot of really nice combos with the Astra Raise and the Breach combination, so perhaps they're dependent on that. Also, I feel like that Viper is going to be really, really helpful in this attacking side here, either when it comes to faking it out, because you already see that wall being invested towards this A side, a little bit of false information, a bit of a red herring, while the rest of the team, they're going to be looking towards mid and B instead. While putting out that Boombot, Stu will be aware of the possibility that there is at least one player towards this main, and of course, Derp, he has the perfect setup, a one-way, wires, everything, and the kitchen sink just ready to go.
Yeah, throw the entire kitchen sink at them. Try to get that one pick if possible. And already we're seeing them just take a real step back, waiting out some util, burning through anything that is going to pop up. But I think they know that Derp is completely set up on this B site.
They're definitely aware of the possibility, and right now it seems like they're getting ready to execute. They've regrouped towards B main. They have the concussion ready to go, and I think once the smokes go down, it is going to be go, go, go. So they're going to be probably trying to nade this corner, or if the nade is not available, at least clear it out. So Derp has a lot of work to do. He'll have to desperately try to stay alive. So I'm excited to see how this is going to go.
Yeah, I really want to see how this is going to play out here in Derp with that one way. I mean, I like how they're bouncing up and down, but it's non-Stu and everybody else just going down. This is a massacre. And already, this is a different team than what we saw on the attack for them.
Gun here.
Never, ever push into a Cypher one way unless...
I mean... After it popped, I think they should have just turned around, but they just bounced up and down like some bunnies and tried to dodge the bullets. And it's a very good effort there, but at the end of the day, it is going to leave you almost flawless by this team. And I think that we're really seeing how much these players on the attack need to get used to pushing as a team in one mode.
The one thing That I really like about the last few weeks of playing Valorant is that everybody has gotten so used to seeing Chamber as the sentinel of choice that people are just not prepared for how annoying Cypher and Killjoy can be with their utility. Like I've been getting so many picks off the back of my YouTube, and I've been seeing the same in professional gameplay as well. That's something that I'm enjoying watching here. But right now it's gonna be the force buy on these Stingers. This time around, Hayabusa will be able to get that first blood. Almost gets a second. Derp takes a headshot, but will still remain alive here. Again, trying to use these cages to stay alive and play around. There's going to be one player towards main, so the B side is technically open. The camera getting a little bit of information that Heaven has been lost, but we're looking at a 4v4 retake here because the spike, it's going to be planted.
Yeah, Spike has to go down by Adrenaline, and of course Hunto is on top, just needs to find maybe one or two. I think knows that there is some people flanking, but this is not a great position, especially right on top of that Astra Star. And there it is. Haxa is going to be able to use that star in the combination of the power, gets the pick. Now it's Matt Z on site looking for two. They know that there are going to be a few people in this alleyway. Just have to find that one pick if possible. Satchel is going to drop, and it's not going to be able to really do anything outside of maybe push back a player or two. And now Stu is going right in, and it's a massacre, an absolute shred, but Derp's able to pick up one, but he's not going to be able to ace this one more time.
Yeah, a little bit more than he could chew off there, but again, just this time around, the Stingers wrecking absolute mayhem, and of course that flawless utility usage. This is where the Astra comes in so valuable. Just being able to use the stun or the pull in such pivotal areas to try and distract people or catch them off guard. That's like a key example of why she works so well on this particular map. But now 10 and 4, it is going to be double digits for Team Fish Tacos. A little bit of an economy buff as well. You do see some Guardians and Bulldogs coming in. As for their opposition, but unfortunately non-negative, with the exception of Denji on that Stinger, they're not going to be able to buy anything.
Yeah, not a whole lot of buys, but I like the fact that they are saving here. They're kind of running it all down, risking everything on the fact that once they get rifles, they can beat these players. But Matt here with that Guardian, very expensive rifle, already making waves with it though. Takes out one, takes out two through the coal, and there it is. It's another one. Doesn't matter if they can't see him, they can still get the picks. That's amazing. I mean, 3 kills down, taken out with the Classic. Still had the Stinger the entire time. Just wanted to show off what the Classic can do.
That reload, but either way, the Classic, I love that pistol. It's just so annoying. A free weapon that basically functions as a shotgun at that range. Love to see it. But yeah, that's going to be round number 11. As expected, but they did do a little bit of damage. I think they got 1 or 2 kills, so it's not entirely awful for the side of non-negative. But this is, in my opinion, the round that could make or break the game for them. This has to be where they start their comeback. At a score of 11-4, they finally have their full buy here, a little bit of a weapon advantage. They again have that neural theft available as well, so if Derp gets a pick, they're going to be able to know exactly where they are. Again though, A side is going to be the point of contact where Derp is lying in wait.
Yeah, Derp is the guy here with another clean pieces of utility to really lock that down. That is the Sentinel you want on your team, and it looks like the Sentinel that's carrying this one. Let's see if Hayabusa can just get right behind, maybe with the Stinger, find maybe one, but Stu already cleaning up Matt Z, looking for more. Hayabusa swings and only finds death as Denji takes him down. Adrenaline with the trade though. Hopefully in a 2 versus 4 they're able to find something, but we are seeing that neural theft getting uploaded, and what a clean shot. But it's a 1 versus 3. Is risking everything, popping that ultimate, getting a clean headshot down, and unfortunately dies switching weapons.
It seems like Adrenaline always runs out of bullets at the worst. This is like the 3rd time this game that I've observed it so far. But yeah, a really good round from the side of the defense here, but a very expensive one as well. Remember, that was their full buy. They put everything they had into it, and they lost 3 players. So that's going to make the next round's purchase a little bit awkward for them. As for the side of Fish Tacos, it was their bonus. They're looking great right now. They have 2 ults really, really close to getting there. Both Hayabusa and Mats are just 1 away respectively from that Showstopper and that Cosmic Divide. I think just that Showstopper should be enough to propel them into sight quite literally off the back of some satchels. As for the side of Team Non-Negative though, Denji does have that Empress, but you know, it seems like this just isn't Denji's game. On Arena, you really want somebody who has the ability to like constantly pop off and get those first frags. Maybe this will be the time. Goes for the swing, the turret though. That's going to put a stop to all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad that we see Denji now at the bottom. If we remember the first 2 rounds, which they did win, Denji was the key factor in that, holding the W key and actually doing the damage. But somewhere along this game, it has fallen behind. But already looking at this mid structure, we're seeing the attackers want to keep pushing in even more and more. They do have to get a little bit past the Cypher trip and a little bit past this breach Adrenaline, and or this breach Hunto, sorry. And these attackers just need to do their best job to play it smart and get any remaining rifles out of the hands of these defenders.
Yeah, right now, like I mentioned, it's already an awkward purchase, and now utility being tossed back and forth. That's going to be a beautiful pain shells to push that player back, keeping control of B Heaven right now. Kairos is on the lurk, though, trying to go into this A side. Hunto also spots a player, I believe, that Smoke, giving away information that it's going to be A side where the action is coming again, though. That one way trying to make things work, but Matt through CT will be able to take down Derp. That's going to be Sentinel off the side and making things so much easier for them right now to maintain control. Hunto is aware of the possibility of the push through. Doesn't quite check the corner, and the flash is immaculate. That's going to be Hayabusa finding the first. Goes for this. Might be able to get the second as well if they play their cards right. And between Haxa and Hayabusa, they will clean up and get themselves to match point. Just one away from taking map one in their favor.
Match point.
You know, one thing about Adrenaline, yes, he might run out of ammo a consistent amount of time, but he does not run out of lineups for these flashes. Able to perfectly time these to make sure that the teammates are able to work it out. Being the only initiator on the team and being this crucially effective, 12 assists above everybody else. It's definitely, you know, even at the bottom of the scoreboard, you could still show up as an MVP. But I do, again, really like what you said about how last round they did not have enough to buy, and that did shoot him in the foot here, but hopefully they can start shooting the enemies in the face before they actually push this in.
Yeah, really awkward by here. Some Spectres, some Stingers. It's going to be Denji trying to swing out and do some damage again. But unfortunately, Haxa, the players were just ready for the swing, and Haxa's going to be able to capitalize and get that kill. Now, both the Cosmic Divide as well as the Showstopper are going to be invested. I was tossing it into Oblivion. Will actually find a kill off the back of that, and right, just like that, 15 seconds into the round, we're looking at a 3v5 retake right now. The spike goes down, the lockdown goes down as well, and right now, Narukami, along with his two compatriots, are going to have to wait it out. It looks like it's over.
It really does. I mean, a 3 versus 5, you got so many ultimates you have to battle through. The time is just ticking down. That bomb goes tick, 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 and you haven't gotten a pick yet. How are you going to be able to just get this damage dealt? Of course, Derp, the leader, is going to get the first blood of the attackers. Needs to keep this going. Madsy up close to personal. Grabs one, grabs two. What a flick to end it off. Oh, my days.
13-5, and that's going to be split going in the favor of Team Fish Tacos. A dominating performance and almost immaculate defense there, 9-3. And, you know, while Non-Negative did fight back, Derp is all the way up there in that scoreboard. 4 first bloods. I think it's kind of amusing to me that both Haxa and Derp, the Sentinels for the teams, they're the ones with the most first bloods between them. But overall, I think it was just a team diff with the exception of Derp. Like, look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, I really do think it was a team diff. I mean, Derp alone is 12 more kills than the person underneath him, and that person isn't even double digits yet. So honestly, it's not the best showcasing of what you want to be doing in game 1 of a best of 3 here from Non-Negative, but I'm hoping that the Non-Negative is referring to their mentality, and they're going to be able to try to, like, you know, put a smile on their face as they move into the next one. And of course, that next one is going to be on the map of Haven, so 3 sites to split off to take care of, and I'm really hoping that there are going to bring a little bit more to the table here, because 13-5, not the great first showing, first week of the open divisions here at IGL. But of course, that is where we are currently. We will see you guys in game 2 on Haven in just a little bit, so stick around. Minari takes him down, only 1 bullet, and decides to reload right in front of Green. Tries getting in halfway, and he actually sticks it all the way to half, and he reads those Young Min with the win. What a clutch. On 1, but they're out, but here comes the nightmare. It's making them very afraid. Spike is now down. Lucky holding that W key. Getting a double kill with the spray down. This man's ready to go, and it's all up to Cell. He sprays it down, but that nade, it's doing some work. He doesn't know where this Reyna could be, but Reyna's giving away her position, and Lucky getting a 4K with one spray and then a clean clutch up. And right now, Truly with this tour de force is going to spot one and only able to get it, but that's going to be a double, and that's a triple.
God.
That's what we like to see.
Unsee. What? Handedly. No.
Bring them back into this game.
Now going for it. The ultimate's now pushing in, and all the dumpage. Lemon able to get a just mow down of a spray, getting all these picks today.
Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly the thing that we want to be seeing out of Lemon. He's going for the ace here, and he's going to try to close it out with the overdrive. Ace for Lemon off the back of really beautiful high tempo.
So let's see what's going to happen moving forward. We do have a Paranoia getting thrown out, and what a spray down. He gets himself 3. He gets himself 4. Checker. You're just better at that, and now defenders get the match point.
Oh, man.
Separate the defense.
Oh, no.
And the spray down.
It's got to be in Fire's hands. Of course, the Vandal, very powerful, able to get himself 2 picks, and able to get all of them. What a beautiful play.
This could be tragic. Finds 2, 3, 4. Come on.
And slow things down a little bit, but now Santee in a 1v3, this is going to be very tricky. Able to find one here. He's going for the second one, and he's got it with the classic out. He's got to find the third kill, a 4-piece for Santee, actually able to close it out and put them up.
They're gonna save it for one more.
Oh!
Okay, Legend just gonna go ahead and line him up and shut him down. Killer and LA Luch down in one shot.
Push, but Lulu and Chill, he's able to get 2, and that's gonna be the final shot he hears. Of course, a little bit of a flashbang coming around. Kai jumping on top of bench, making a lot of noise. These attackers are on point, and this is where Kai shots. But what a shot! He no-scopes it. He wall bangs and he aces it. That's what we're battling it out. But here we go. Brady from the top of heavens, able to try to do some damage. Last man standing here. What is going to happen now that we got Zambi? He knows that one is underneath him, but Kai is down. Last man, and he gets 2. Last guy, he's got it. And Geo, he's the man to get the pick. Beautiful play. But oh no, does he have enough time? It's going to be down to the wire.
Oh my lord, he actually pulls it.
0.15. That is not okay. He no-scopes it. He wall bangs and he aces it. That's what we love seeing. Kai is excited. His mouse movement is it down, but that nade, it's doing some work. He doesn't know where this Reyna could be, but Reyna's giving away her position, and Lucky getting a 4K with one spray and then a clean.
Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly the thing that we want to be seeing out of Lemon. He's going for the ace here, and he's going to try to close it out with the overdrive. Ace for Lemon.
1 for 1. It's an ace from Mikey if he can get it, and he's going to ace it. Mikey, MVP of his team, going in hard. Win it again.
You will not kill
Nice res coming out. Spots Minari, takes him down. Only 1 bullet, decides to reload right in front of Green. Tries getting in halfway, and he actually sticks it all the way to half. And he makes those Young Min with the win. What a clutch. On 1, but they're out. But here comes the nightmare. It's making them very afraid. Spike is now down. Lucky holding that W key. Getting a double kill with the spray down. This man's ready to go, and it's all up to Cell. He sprays it down, but that nade, it's doing some work. He doesn't know where this Reyna could be, but Reyna's giving away her position, and Lucky getting a 4K with one spray and then a clean clutch up. And right now, Truly with this tour de force is going to spot one and only able to get it, but that's going to be a double, and that's a triple. That's what we like to see.
Unsee. What? Handedly. No.
Bring them back into this game.
Now going for it. The ultimate's now pushing in, and all the dumpage. Lemon able to get a just mow down of a spray, getting all these picks today.
Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly the thing that we want to be seeing out of Lemon. He's going for the ace here, and he's going to try to close it out with the overdrive. Ace for Lemon off the back of really beautiful high tempo.
So let's see what's going to happen moving forward. We do have a Paranoia getting thrown out, and what a spray down. He gets himself 3. gets himself 4 ejector. You're just better at that, and now defenders get the match point.
Separate the defense. Oh no! And the spray down B.
It's got to be in Fire's hands. Of course, the Vandal, very powerful, able to get himself 2 picks, and able to get all of them. What a beautiful play.
This could be tragic. Finds 2, 3, 4. Come on.
And slow things down a little bit, but now Santee in a 1v3, this is going to be very tricky. Able to find 1 here. He's going for the second one, and he's got it with the classic out. He's got to find the 3rd kill, a 4-piece for Santee. Actually able to close it out and put them up.
They're gonna save it for one more. But okay, Legend just gonna go ahead and line him up and shut him down. Killer and LA Luch down in 1 shot.
Push, but Lulu and Chill, he's able to get 2, and that's gonna be the final shot he hears. Of course, a little bit of a flashbang coming around. Kai jumping on top of bench, making a lot of noise. These attackers are on point, and this is where Kai shots. But what a shot! He no-scopes it, he wall bangs, and he aces it. That's what we're battling it out, but here we go. Brady from the top of heavens, able to try to do some damage. Last man standing here. What is gonna happen now that we got Zambi? He knows that 1 is underneath him, but Kai is down. Last man, and he gets 2. Last guy, he's got it, and Gio, he's the man to get the pick. Beautiful play, but oh no, does he have enough time? It's gonna be down to the wire.
Oh my lord, he actually pulls it.
0.15, that is not okay. He no-scopes it, he wall bangs, and he aces it. That's what we love seeing. Kai is excited, his mouse movement is it down, but that nade, it's doing some work. He doesn't know where this Reyna could be, but Reyna's giving away her position, and Lucky getting a 4K with 1 spray and then a clean clutch up.
Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly the thing that we want to be seeing out of 11. He's going for the ace here, and he's going to try to close it out with the overdrive. Ace of 11.
1 for 1, it's an ace from Mikey if he can get it, and he's gonna ace it. Mikey, MVP of his team, going in hard. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to IGLeague's Open Divisions. $3,000 is on the line, 7 weeks of competition, and we're in week 1, of course, with the best teams ever. We just saw them in the best of 1 game 1, or best of 3 game 1 here, and that's Team Fish Tacos versus Nonnegative. It's only been so much and I already forgot, but I am not forgetting that I'm joined by the wonderful Zoc here as a caster. So Zoc, how you feeling? How are we feeling about game 2?
I'm hoping that it goes a little bit better for Nonnegative, because the first game, let's be honest, it was kind of a stomp. You know, they started off fairly well. They got 2 rounds, but after that, they just got steamrolled. You did see that beautiful ace coming in from Derp to get them their 3rd, but after that, it just looked really rough for them. They just seem to be struggling to work as a cohesive unit. I also have a fun bit of trivia for you guys. These 2 teams have faced off once before in the open qualifiers for the recent North America VCL that happened, and there it was a 2-0 result. Again, with similar scores across the map. I think map number 1, which they played, was like a 13-6, and the second one was a 13-3. Hopefully, Team Nonnegative can do a little bit better this time. They have a lot to prove, they have a lot to achieve, and it's definitely looking like a really uphill slope. But hey, if they get us to map number 3, that's definitely a W in itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the way that you said they have faced off before, but in reality, I think it was more like a rip your face off. They absolutely brought it and just demolished these players down. And obviously, Team Fish Taco is a fan favorite here at IGL, so Nonnegative does have a little bit of proof, but I am hoping that on the map of Haven, or wait, I thought it was Haven next. Maybe it's the map of Ascent. I'm crazy. Anyways, we're going to be moving into Ascent here for these players. And hopefully, with Ascent on the line, these guys are going to be ready to rock and roll as we are jumping straight into these games and hoping that these players can absolutely play their hearts out.
Yeah, you know, talking about Ascent, it is arguably one of my favorite maps, if not my favorite map. And I like that, again, with Chamber being taken out of the meta thanks to those beautiful nerfs that came in. Thank God, I was tired of people installing him. We're seeing a little bit of Killjoy, but even before Killjoy, this was the one map where Killjoy still saw a lot of love, so I'm expecting to see it coming in from both sides. And yep, as for the controller, Omen is a beautiful pick on this map. I really like him because of how you can really like play around with his verticality thanks to his shadow stuff. All those teleports can prove to be really annoying, and of course I feel like his paranoia is the best flash on this particular map. No cap.
Yeah, especially when you have these tight walls. The fact that, just as an example, since he's on the defense right now, it's Matt Z. If you throw one from tree, it completely knocks out anybody wanting to push that site on A. And I really do like Omen on this map because he is one of the only smoke agents that can actually be able to assist the other site while completely away, especially because this is a little bit of a tight map. But of course, with that being said, I'm also seeing the Sova and KO double initiator has been the meta for Ascent for quite some time, and I see it on both teams. And actually, I think we're seeing the most meta team you can possibly have on this map. The only difference that I see quite often be switched is the KO for a fade or vice
Choose
versa.
your agent.
Yeah, I think Ascent is the map that really sees a lot of love from the initiators. Like I remember last year during the LCQ for NA, I saw at least one team running a triple initiator. They were like, we don't need no duelists. We just want initiators. So it's nice to see that that's kept up. And of course, you really want that kind of valuable utility. Sova seems to be a no-brainer, considering how valuable his recons are. A lot of information, a lot of really pesky lineups, and of course that B site, those walls are paper thin. You get an Odin or a Sheriff or an Operator even, and you see someone, you just shoot them through the wall, they die. So definitely a mainstay for the map.
Oh, 100%. And you can't even get shot back anymore. It used to be where you'd sit on short and, somehow people have figured out that if you just sit further back on the site, it doesn't really matter and you could still shoot through it. But hopefully we aren't going to be seeing the same thing we saw in game one. I want to see how this team with a mirrored matchup can really compete. And, one thing I've said about mirror matchups quite often is when you have both teams having the exact same agents, it always comes down to mechanical skill diff, because or maybe even team strategy, but at that it's a team diff. And if you're not able to play at the level as the others, you are going to get knocked out. And when you're already down one round, non-negative needs to really show up here.
Yeah, one more thing that I like about this particular setup coming in from Haxa is that on this pistol round, that turret is basically player number 6. So he's going to be able to just hold and swing off the back of that. It's going to give him information. It's going to do a lot of damage and also really help him hold on. As for the attackers, they've gotten for a little bit of mid aggression here. They're all going towards Cat, and the 3-person push from mid is going to immediately find 3 picks. Adrenaline on an ace or streak right now, 4 on the round already. Finally, he gets taken down, but yeah, it's all down to just this killjoy. Derp again. Derp versus the world, and well, this in the first round, not a good sign.
Yeah, honestly, what we're seeing right now is just Derp yet again, the only person here to actually be alive. And 1 versus 3, Adrenaline on that just absolute massacre here is going to be able to get one though, and Hacks now down. Sorry about that, a little hiccup, but we aren't seeing a hiccup from Derp. 22 HP and has the wonderful classic. As you said before, it's that up close and personal shotgun. Can we see it pop off? No, we can't.
By the time Derp almost had the trigger on the player's head, but unfortunately Silva was just ready for it. So that's gonna be round number 1 going in. And again, it's just the reads coming in since the last game and now this first round as well. The reads coming in from Team Fish Tacos is just so precise. They expected that push towards Cat, and off the back of a flasher thing, Adrenaline was just able to push through, had some backup from the team, but again, just the precise taps that we saw on the map. 4 kills on the round, getting that KO ult up more than halfway there, and it's only round number 1 here, Edu. That's insane.
Yeah, only round number 1. Nearly has that ult as you said it, but look at what Hax is doing. Just getting that flank early, making sure to build that space up, but it's actually Hayabusa in mid getting a double kill down, and there is another trade. But when you're down 2 players, you're going to have to make it work, and Kairos is going to shut you down. Nice, you dropped the spike, but can you drop the players? It's just going to be the Sova, and the Sova goes down to Kairos again, and already defenders will be taking that, but they did lose 2, and that was a full save, or no, a semi save. They will be able to full buy here from the attack though. Oh,
I see an Odin coming in on the attackers. Never mind, Hanto was just baiting me. But I like that you pointed out that early aggression coming in from Haxa. Just the fact that they were able to take that turret down, that forced the side of non-negative to really have a couple of players to watch that B main area while the rest of them try to work mid. And of course Hayabusa with that Marshall, such a menace on these rounds. When you're heading up against players without armor, it's just free kills if you can hit them in the body, and Hayabusa managed to fully capitalize on that. No ultimates really available for either team though. Adrenaline is only still 3 away from having that null command online. I don't think we're going to be really seeing them used in this particular round, but I have my eyes on Derp because he's only 2 away from that lockdown, and if he he can get that ready either for this round or the next, it's going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, if we could see that pick happen, it will be big. But look at this. It's everybody up close and personal now trying to push out of this tiny cubby spot. I like the double flash, like the combo, but Adrenaline is going to entry for himself. Grab the spike. That's a lot of info, and we're already seeing the rotates underway. Haxa up close mid will grab Stu. We're seeing rifles now drop down to the ground. And there we go. Body shot 101, and that's another pick. Almost a third, but it's a no-scope from Cat. Clean shot, leaving only Derp, who's been lurking around, as we know that Derp likes to do. Put the bombs down. How are you going to be able to work it around?
That but then of course Hayabusa is going to be on like a really low HP. It's going to be Derp though, gets the first kill. That's going to be Matt's down. Hayabusa super low here, 5 HP to go, and Derp also does have this lockdown ready now. Is aware of the position of the slow and dodges the recon and is able to get that kill. 1v1, Hayabusa just 5 HP in a dream, and Derp, he has all the time in the world to make it to this B site, as well as his entire kit to work with, both nano swarms, the turret, everything that is just ready to go. He can even pop the lockdown if he wants to, but considering the HP advantage that he has, this does seem like the round that he is going to be able to clutch out. A 1v1 right now. Hayabusa has picked up the Vandal, but will have to hit the headshot immediately. Otherwise, it's going to be a round for Derp.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty big round here. Obviously, Derp's up close, just needing to spot anybody down. I love the piece of utility that they have pushed up, and it is going to be able to just buy some time, but Hayabusa does have that Vandal. Does have the ability to swing it. Just 5 HP. You look at this player wrong and he goes down. See it happen. Derp, and what? 5 HP clutch. Derp was so close to greatness there. But that is the buy round coming out from these attackers, and they're not going to be able to actually save anything here, as Hayabusa has clutched it up, and the bonus round goes to them yet again.
That was a great round coming in from Hayabusa. 3-0 the round, 2 with the Marshall, and of course, just him being able to collect that Vandal and hit that one shot when it was needed the most. That's going to set him up for success here. We'll be investing in the operator, so that's going to make things even more difficult for the side of Non-Negative. Like you mentioned, their economy is absolutely in the dumpster. They do have that lockdown to work with, but I don't think they're going to be really committing it unless they have a chance to try and win the round. Hanzo does have that Stinger to work with, so that's going to be the major point of action here. Again, they're looking for a little bit of a split up here, a bit of a default as they try to get some information and decide where they want to go. But they're going to have to play this slow and try to get those trades.
Yeah, trying to get the trade. Sheriff in the hands of Derp, and Hayabusa. This is an up-close off angle. There we go. That's the third time we've seen the spike get dropped by the single Omen here. And Hayabusa is not bailing quite yet. Still has the dodge. Still has Kairos's info. But he's going to be able to spot out one, and this is such an aggressive play. Just going for it. And gets the pick, gets another spike down. Wants to do it again and gets a third. This is the kind of gameplay you want to be seeing, and now it's just going to be up to the KO and the Denji player, Jet. Okay, just up to Denji now. This is painful.
A really, really quick shutdown, and look at the confidence on Hayabusa. He wants these kills, misses the shot, but luckily he does have some backup here with the rest of the team. Haxa, having pushed his way all the way up towards Cat, will be able to clean up, and that's going to be a flawless round number 4 coming in a row, I believe, for the side of Team Fish Tacos here. They do have the counter lockdown available, so even if Derp is able to take the side, they're going to have to contend with the counter lockdown coming in from Haxa. Really just a lot of ultimates ready to work with. I'm also looking at that Blade Storm on Hayabusa, considering that he does have an operator. If they want to go in for a retake or maybe a little bit more of an aggressive play, once a weapon to really be able to work with, that's something to watch out for. So I don't know. There are a lot of ultimates that are very close to being online for the side of Team Non-Negative as well, which is what I'm keeping my eyes on. It seems like they're going to be going in for a different push. So far, they've worked mid and B quite a bit, but now they want to go in for a quick A push. The knife being broken will give the information that there's a lot of people here, and remains to be seen how they're going to be doing.
You know, they are going to pop that lockdown, trying to maybe get some space to really push the site in. There are 3 people here. Hayabusa does have an op, and once you see that info, you don't want to try to push against this Jet, and that blind just barely doesn't connect, and the op shot does, though. Matt and Adrenaline, though, gunning everybody down, leaving only Derp, and when Derp pops the lockdown, looks like he's going to get locked out of this site. The spike now down, has to somehow clutch a 1v5, has done it before. But Derp here, I don't know if it has the same amount of confidence as he can, and
Oh
That's
god.
just a flying jet with the shorty. That's just BM. I mean, honestly, that is not necessary, yet they're bringing it to the table.
I mean, when you're 5-0 like this and it's a 1v5, of course you can try to go in for flashy plays like that. Doesn't get the kill, but it's all good. The Omen has him covered there. And again, the fact that that lockdown didn't cover those two crucial areas, both under heaven and over it, and there wasn't like usually you see a lot of teams commit like a nanoswarm or the KO fragment to try and clear it out, but none of that was really committed. They didn't expect these two players from the side of Team Fish Tacos to sit it out on that round and just being able to demolish them right. That once again, it is going to be an eco coming in, unfortunately, for the side of non-negative. I think they do have the Blade Storm to work with, but aside from that, not much else.
Yeah, they got the Blade Storm if they want to try to get one, but against a KO ultimate, I mean, the defenders can just pop that, and now your Blade Storm is gone, and hopefully they aren't going to be able to get that pushback. Maybe take out Adrenaline first. He is in a pretty decent spot to get that first blood or become first blood. I like the lineup, though. That is clean. You want to pick up that orb now? I mean, they managed to, but wow, that was perfection. But look at this. They're split off. Blade Storm now going towards that A site. They know that they don't have to worry about Adrenaline. And K-Rose still just swinging around, looking to play this slow, looking for any kind of info. I like Hayabusa, though, up close with an up. Honestly, though, if he were to get pushed by anybody, that would not be the greatest. But Matt Z still on site, joined by the KJ in tree. They have to just find maybe one opening here with only 35 seconds remaining. We might have to go neck and neck up against this clock here. And I think they're just waiting for Derp to maybe open it up for them. But here we go. Util's finally flying.
The read is perfect. The smoke comes down, as is the counter paranoia here. The loud lockdown is going to be invested as well, making things even more rough right now. Matt still holding under heaven. Haxa comes in as well, and again, the crossfire between two players as well as the turret is immaculate. The last two players will be forced to fall back to try and avoid being crossed by the lockdown. This round is over. No time to really get the spike down. It's just how much damage you can really do. And at this point, the economy is thriving for these players. Managed to save the op as well, so all good. It's just the KO left alive. Holding onto the gun, not quite able to keep it though, as Mats will push. And again, a 3k for the Omen. They are just not able to clear him out of that ratty angle at all. And with 6 rounds having been lost in a row, it's going to be a timeout finally kicking in for the side of non-negative here, who I think everybody at this point except for Derp is negative, which was the case on the last map as well, but still unfortunate. Derp is negative
it looks
as well.
like everybody is negative here. So non-negative, I mean, it's okay to change your name every once in a while. You get it every 30 days, you can change it. But let's see if it is going to be able to maybe bring this back. I was expecting a lot more from them with this mirrored matchup, though. Again, this team composition is okay for both attack and defense. It's what is kind of set up here, but I do think that if they do get onto defense, we might see a little bit of a different kind of gameplay. We did see that slightly last game. We did notice that we weren't seeing the same level of competitive spirit that we saw from the first time Team Fish Tacos played on one half, and maybe that can waver them a slight amount. But again, look at their economy. They have just been able to now do another full buy, but oh my days, is Team Fish Tacos absolutely loaded. If you wanted to buy a gun, they could buy 8 of them. Look at how much. There's not a single person not able to buy fully 2 times over next round.
They could probably get 5 operators and still be good, but yeah, the economy is excellent. I wish we could say the same for the side of Team Non-Negative. They are going to be able to buy this round because they saved the last, but they don't really have anything in the bank for a rainy day. So they're going to have to not only try and win this round, but they also have to try and do it in a way where they don't lose too many of their rifles. That suppression from that 0 point is going to give away information that there are 2 players towards this A main area. But again, the discipline coming in from the side of Fish Tacos is immaculate. They are not going to be pushing it or rushing it right now. They're just happy to wait it out here. They know that they can hold these crossfires with a great amount of aplomb, as we've seen in previous rounds, and they're just vibing.
Yeah, they're vibing a little bit, sitting over there, getting that free wine in the corner. Matt Z still up top on heaven, waiting it out, and they don't really have a lot of util to go on. I know that they want to just initiate with Stu's ultimate here. If they get that null command to try to push it back, they will be able to maybe touch it. But I think the detriment to their push onto A so often is the fact that they just don't go. Look at how much rotation has already come out, and they unfortunately have wasted their time, and they only have 40 seconds, so it has to be either a quick B, a run down mid, or a GG. How are you supposed to be able to just get onto site, especially when you've given so much space to the defenders?
30
They might
seconds left.
cut noise for a while though, again hoping to really show that they've gone for the fake, but again the angle being held by Kairos is perfect. Dirk gets 2 though for his troubles, managing to trade out and get an advantage. It's all down to just the omen here, and Hanzo will this time around clean things up. The quick push will work out, and the last 2 players, they have a lot of work to do here as they try to go in for the retake as the spike goes down. A 2v4 situation, Hayabusa on the operator, does have a blade storm but not quite able to pop it with the operator, though able to find the first already, so this is very much doable for the defense still. The blade storm is going to be active, baiting out all the utility possible. I think Hanzo has nothing left in the bank right now. The turret's still going to be a possible menace if it like looks up at the right time, but Haxa in the meantime gets 2 of his own, and it's all up to nobody as everyone just quickly simultaneously goes down, and that's round number 7. That was a 4v2 retake.
It's not a caster curse. Honestly, I thought this would happen, but what is going on for the team Nonnegative? You had 4 people on site. You had everything you needed. And you got one tapped just by looking at him. I mean, it's coming down to which team has the better players. And I think by now we should have the answer for that. So if anybody here is betting BTC on these games, 1, don't do that. 2, bet on the right team. 3, how are you supposed to be able to compete? I mean, you said Stingers are pretty dangerous, but I don't think so when they're in the hands of Nonnegative.
Well, you never know. This might be the round. I'm not gonna say it will be. I don't know if it will be, but there is always a possibility, no matter how minute it seems. Again, it's gonna be a really well coordinated attack coming in. Hopefully this time around they'll finally be able to go to. Now, I haven't seen the Jet dash in a single round. Hayabusa though not afraid to hold the angle with that operator, getting the first pick already. It's gonna be the crossfire between Haxa and Kairos that's really dealing the damage here. Just Derp left again in a 1v5, gets the first, but now it's gonna be surrounded by players from the side of Fish Tacos on every single side possible here. And yeah, that's round number 8. At this point, it's less about whether the side of Nonnegative can win, but more about whether they can get around anytime in this half, because so far, well, they've been struggling.
Yeah, I completely agree. I really hope that they can find that one round. I hope that it's not given to them by a knife fight mid. I'm really just hoping that Derp is able to get 1 or 2. And, you know, I might sound like a negative caster, but I'm non-negative, unlike these players. Let's see if they're able to really do the damage to keep themselves moving. And already, these defenders are locking it in. As you said, 8 rounds in a row. But Attack now has some ultimates, and they're actually popping them early. But the entire team's on the other side of the map.
Finally, the Jet is able to have some impact, getting that first blood, but Hayabusa is just lying in wait with that operator for the trade here. Both lockdowns, as you mentioned, are going to be invested here, causing a little bit of a Venn diagram, a little bit of convergence. No one really going to get trapped by either side, but that 0 point is going to give, again, get that vital information that there is going to be some aggression towards mid. Hanzo trying to draw out these angles, but once again, it just seems like these players from the side of Fish Tacos, they're always 2 steps ahead of, not 1 step, but 2 steps ahead of their opposition, just ready for the utility pieces, ready to work around them, and they're having a great time. Nonnegative have refocused their aims towards the A side here. Killjoy utility buying a little bit more time to try and hold on to the side, and Haxa playing erratically in a corner. Gets 1, gets 2, not quite. Harakami will finally open his scoreboard there.
I mean, great picks here. Madzi is going to be able to get 1. You got 1 behind Jen, but 2 against 3, and they're making the waves though. And there we go. It's now 1 versus 2. This is Hayabusa, and Hayabusa is not here to lose with the shorty in hand.
Oh my God.
No, come on. Clutches it up like that. I mean, I was busy laughing at the fact that when we watched Derp run onto site, didn't even bother looking to the left for the entire time they walked up there. And then Haxa just is like, oh, I have a tingling feeling. Turns around and just taps him 1 time. This is the kind of Valorant you don't really see often in this level of competitive play. You know, $3,000 is on the line, but this is a game of all time.
Yeah, I'm definitely having a lot of fun. And again, just the meme plays coming in. You know, you gotta respect Narukami for that. He knew that Hayabusa had the shorty there, but he still went for the peek. He still went for the swing in the fight. I'm not saying it was the wisest decision, but I'm gonna give him a little bit of respect for that. You know, going like in the confidence that he could hit a headshot. Either way, though, it is gonna be round number 10 right now. Again, a 0 point catching a player towards mid, and Hayabusa off the back of the tries to go in for the peek, but the recon is still active, and it's going to be the kill finally coming in first blood for the side of team. Nonnegative here gets a second, as well as Dirk is able to find that crucial kill. The Odin, though, is still on site, and it's proving to be a horrifying menace right now. Kairos desperately holding on for dear life until Narukami does get that cleanup. 2 players left for the side of Team Fish Tacos. Can they do a 2v4 yet again?
You know, I really hope that they can, but I want this team to maybe get one this half. So I'm praying that Nonnegative can get their picks, can absolutely shut this out. Adrenaline leading the charge here, does waste the knife, but doesn't really matter. That's information gained, and Adrenaline's gonna grab Stu down. And Matt still has so much utility to push in with, and will get the pick. But there it is. The op in the hands of Hunto grabs this KO down. I like how Matt has yet to use the blind, instead choosing to teleport right behind the player. And getting no-scoped is gonna be the end of that. Oh wait, I love that though. The Silva just teabagged. You win your first game, your first round in 3 games, and you bring the BM out. So
you gotta take your wins where you can get them. That's how I think Hunto feels about it. But yeah, finally a round coming in for the side of Nonnegative, who have managed to that they are not negative on this half at the very least. They do have the Hunter's Fury as well as the From the Shadows available for the Omen here. Some ultimates to work with. They also have the Operator they saved up. You know, that they managed to snatch off of Hayabusa's corpse, so definitely something that could go in their favor. For once, the 0 points is not going to find any information, and again, it's going to be a bit of aggression towards mid right off the bat.
Yeah, they do like their mid hold. It did just work last round because they were able to get that Jet down, who has clutched so many rounds, but here we go, though. The ultimate's now popping around, and Kairos is just going to walk away from it. Try again next time, and now we're seeing the big hold up and catwalk. Double kill down for the Omen, make it a triple kill, make it a 4K. Now it's almost to an ace. They just have to find, where is Derp? Where is the Killjoy? Is Derp going to be the Killjoy of the ace? How are you going to be able to clutch it up? And it is Derp with the double, make it a triple, and now just has 2 more, and they can get their own ace. You know, it's a battle of ice here. Who's going to take it? Adrenaline's down. Now it's going to be a potential ace against ace. 2 4Ks in a row. But he's just going to have to wiggle his way back to A. I mean, you have to play slow, but if they go to that A point, we've seen Hayabusa just pull out a shorty and clutch it. This is everything Derp has on the line. Dignity, $3,000. Week 1.
Oh, the read from Hayabusa is just immaculate here, expecting Derp to come towards that A side. The jiggle peek from Derp, though, that's just as good. And with 14 seconds left, the spike has to go down right now, closes the door, gets onto the site, taps the spike, hoping perhaps that Hayabusa will make a mistake. In fact, decides to stick it, and Hayabusa, it has played it safe and will not be able to connect a shot quite yet. Derp playing this super safe right now, will break it off the back of that turret, tries to get a little bit aggressive here, but it's the position, and that's going to be the ace, so 1v5 for Derp. It seems like every time this team wants to get like a round towards the last end of the half, it's gonna be Derp who has to show up, and that's the second ace of today, and both of them were by Derp. So kudos to that guy.
Yeah, kudos to Derp. I mean, second ace in a game that he and his team have been absolutely getting stomped. I mean, that's mind-blowing, to be honest. But obviously, I can always hype up one team. I can always hype up the other. But let's see, last round before the swap, with this economy, we actually have seen that the people who could buy the bank are now running on fumes here. Haxa, only with a Guardian, and Hayabusa wants to try to make some space. First time we've seen them with a Vandal, I think this entire game. They went from Marshall to Op right away, so let's see if they're warmed up enough.
Oh, that's a beautiful
big push, though. I really like that. But they're going right in. Denji, Hayabusa still gets him down. We do have the attacking ultimate from the Killjoy, though.
Oh, there's a corner free.
Just barely. And Haxa is able to grab one with the Guardian. Look at this, the attackers. They're cutting their losses. They have to rotate to A for the 15th time this game.
Narukami does have that Omen ult. I'm surprised that perhaps he doesn't want to give away the fact that that's going to be where these players are heading. Going to be trying to lurk around a little bit, get some damage on the way. Already, though, they're going to be prepared for it. Once again, that crossfire between Heaven and Short is going to be immaculate. Matzi on the Omen, able to get a kill once again, playing in his own smoke this time around. Hunto watching for it. The flick is really good, and that's going to be finally a kill coming in. A 2v4 this time around for Non-Negative. We've seen the side of Fish Tacos win it out. Can Non-Negative do the same? Is going to be the question. I think that derp is gone though, so I don't know about this. Either way though, last two players towards A main. No time to rotate over either. Adrenaline to the box, able to get the headshot, and it's all down to just Narukami, who will not be able to do anything. A 10-2 half. This is an improvement on split. I didn't even know that was possible, but it is.
Yeah, 10-2. I mean, you know, you've heard about the 9-3 curse. You've never heard about the 10-2 curse, okay? That's something that might happen right now. So, you know, fingers crossed for this team as they are going to be inching their way forward. They are buying the armor on the defense here and a lot of util to boot. And hopefully with these purchases in that pistol round, they are going to be able to get that slight oomph to get them a little bit closer. Because honestly, you only have to get 8 to get to double digits. It's only 8.
Yeah, and keep the other team from getting 3 more in the meantime. But yeah, mathematical improbabilities aside, one thing to note is that on Ascent, if you look at the statistics, this map, along with Split, these are the two most heavily defensive-sided maps. So if Non-Negative can manage to pull off that pistol win, you do see them getting a little bit aggressive quite happily, but unfortunately, they're not going to be able to back up the aggression with that aim here. Adrenaline once again going ham on this pistol round, getting 2 kills of their own. And once again, it's only going to be 2 players left alive. Derp, again, not going to be able to pull out a magic card this time around as Haxa's just lying in wait. And Narukami, well, I wouldn't want to be this player if I was in a ranked game.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't, and maybe not. All right. Oh, no, the BMing. That's going to get you killed. Oh, my God. There was no reason to do that. Was your 4th kill this game, and you celebrate and throw so hard. I just hit the FF button at that point. I mean, it's free. Jesus.
All good. But yeah, a little bit of a misplay there. A big misplay, I would say. You really don't want to waste your bullets on somebody who's dead when there's somebody alive just creeping up, but all good. 11-2 right now. Things are looking very, very bad for Non-Negative. Derp tries to get himself in a little bit of an aggressive ratty angle. It does seem like the side of Fish Tacos are still giving their opponents a little bit of respect here. You know, usually on these anti-eco rounds, you see these teams who just like to absolutely rush in, but they're still playing a little bit of a default. Right now, it does seem like they're going to be on their way. They're Hayabusa dashing in with the judge of all things. Adrenaline opening up the site with that first kill through the smoke. Both just the player is able to get a kill. Hacksaw on the opposite side, catching the lurker off guard, and it's all down to just Derp once again. Gets spotted out, has only a sheriff to work. Sorry, Genji gets spotted out, does get Hacksaw down, but 20 HP left. Not much that he can really do here except for try to get some of these guns down. And nope, Kairos will shut that down. And that's going to be match point and series point for the side of Team Fish Tacos. That was a fast round.
It was a fast round. I'm glad you pointed that out. And why was it a fast round? Because they died. Now, let's talk about this round here. They're 1 away from pretty much GGing this entire thing. And they are able to pull it out. And the knife mid has been requested by these defenders here. Or actually by the attackers. That is... when you're 12-2, you can maybe afford to lose 1 or 2. And I still like how they think that this knife mid is actually going to go down. They're going for it. They're jumping their way right through. And if we can see somebody get taken down by a knife today, that goes on my bucket list.
Oh no.
You should have just went with the knife.
Yeah. Narukami is able to get a trade at least, so it's not entirely hopeless. 4-for-4, we've seen them being able to win these rounds where they do have some semblance of a weapon advantage here. The judge not quite going to work out for Hayabusa as Derp manages to hang on for dear life. Narukami as well, finding 1 before finally being shut down, bringing things back down to a 2v2. It's going to be a duel of the initiators here. Adrenaline not able to connect the shot, and now it's all up to Kairos. A 1v2, and both of the initiators for the side of Team Fish Tacos have a little bit of a spray and pray moment that does not get answered in favor. But yeah, it seems like Non-Negative, they stay alive for another.
Yep, they're still alive. Non-dead is their new name. Let's see if they can really just work it out. If they can just find the final 9 rounds in a row plus 2. That's all they need. It's a very easy ask, okay? But here we go. We do have a lot of rifles in the hands of these attackers now. And surprisingly, because they did lose quite a bit of guns here, Derp is only rocking a Spectre, but non-negative aside, he is the only one at a positive KD. Here we go, though. Hayabusa always ready to be up close and personal with these enemies, and he will get up Derp. There goes the top. And now they're just going to get ready to plant the bomb and end this game as fast as humanly possible. Narukami rush down Haxa, haxing him away with a hacksaw. Now it's just Stu here to get maybe one pick if possible.
3v5. They do know the position of Kairos, but they're just going to be able to walk away before anything. Stu is also super low here. You see Adrenaline going in for the push. Gets one. Gets a second as well through the wall bang. And the third on this Vandal spray. That's going to be a 13-3 win on map number 2. You know, the funny thing is this mirrors the last time these teams played together. It was 13-6 and 13-3. And I think today it's going to be 13-5 and 13-3. So not much of a change or improvement coming in, unfortunately, for the side of non-negative. They've had a bit of a rough day. We should let them get some rest. But, you know, talking about the side of Fish Tacos, I loved how they played today. They just look so coordinated, and of course, Adrenaline in particular on this map, you can see like just from the score that he had a great time.
Yeah, Adrenaline 18-7, 305 combat score in only 16 rounds. That is pretty impressive. You know, you always have to consider the fact that these guys, everybody on the defense had double digits before even the half. So that kind of gameplay is just immaculate coming out from Team Fish Tacos. So congratulations for winning the first game casted here at week 1. I mean, little claps around, but obviously, it's been really fun to cast this game because I didn't expect things to go certain ways. Even though I expected, these players to bring their A game from Team Fish Tacos, some of the shots that Derp hit get signed to a big team. But honestly, Derp did really well, MVP of non-negative. But that being said, that is all that they wrote for tonight. Obviously, there are going to be still games going on here. And hopefully we keep going, but someone in my ear, Hydra, what's up? Oh yeah, we have interviews with some of the best players, and honestly, I really want to interview Derp, and I think Hayabusa, or who would you want to interview? Because I know Derp definitely for the side of non-negative. Who would you want to interview, Zuck?
I would like to talk to Adrenaline or Mats as well, because I feel like Mats had a lot of impact on the second map in particular. Just on that defense, he was such a rat, and I love it. I'm here for it. So I would be down to interview any of these players, but yeah, those would be my picks. But let's see who we have coming in. It's gonna be Adrenaline. Hello there. How are you feeling after that win?
Good. It's fun games.
Good. Yeah, 13-3 on that last map. MVP, 305 ACS on the KO. One thing that I really loved was how you were able to just constantly get those knives in and get that information. You did everything that an initiator could do, and of course that last round, that flashy 3K, you've definitely spent some time in the rage today.
Yeah, just you gotta lab it up, get warm. I'm pretty new to playing Flex KO, so it's fun. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, you say that you're pretty new to Flex KO. What have you previously been 100% focused on? I know I've watched you play quite a bit Adrenaline, so I want you to tell me, because I honestly don't really know. Who do you main?
Where's
the skill coming from?
I've gone back and forth. I played controller. I played Sova initiator, and everything's short of a duelist. We leave those to the younger folk.
Yeah, you got to have the reaction time, but it seems like Adrenaline, you definitely did. 18-7 on game 2 there. One question I will ask Adrenaline, if you can do anything different. Obviously, you definitely stepped on these players way more than I expected, but if you could do anything differently, what would you do differently?
I think just maintaining the discipline. Like, even though we all feel like we're going to win, and I think we go into every game feeling like that, just making sure, if the scoreline is lopsided, that we stay disciplined and don't let that one round where we kind of lose focus, because it can always cascade. So
yeah, absolutely. And here's another question I got for you, Adrenaline. If you were to shout out anybody on your team, because you are the person here doing the interview, who do you think really brought their A game and played better than even you expected on your team? Or do you know your team well enough to just say, yeah, this is just who we are?
I got two. I got two.
Shout them out.
Matt, who is we haven't practiced with him yet. He's kind of stepping in today, to be honest. So he played great on controller, and of course our resident duelist, Crescent, aka Hayabusa.
Yeah.
He played great.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes he pulled out clutches that I didn't even think were possible.
The
But
shorty.
yeah, that shorty clutch, that's
Double
disrespectful, to be honest. But and my question for my co-caster: do you have any questions for the wonderful Adrenaline here representing Team Fish Tacos?
You got most of them, but any other final shout outs that you'd like to do? And finally, do you think that you'll be able to keep this momentum up for the rest of the tournament?
I hope so. Shout out Team Fish Taco. We're a new team for them, and we're excited to be under their banner.
Awesome.
Again about today, and hope to see you more.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in. But now we're gonna be dragging in Derp here, who I honestly say was one of the best players this series for sure. Always up in the top 3. So let's drag Derp in here, make sure that we can ask them different questions but similar. Derp, welcome in. Say hi. How you doing?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Perfect. Thank you. All right. And Zoc, I want you ask away. Ask all the questions you can.
All right. So firstly, Derp, I know that it was a bit of a rough 2 games for you, but you in particular, your performance seemed super good. Especially those 2 aces and the fact that you were able to just constantly get those clutches or get really close. What do you think really went wrong for your team today?
I think we're just playing at 60% of what we usually play at. We definitely got to get more experience, and we just picked up someone new. So I think that if we continue to scrim, play these league matches as it continues, I think we'll definitely benefit from this league, and we'll have you'll see a different performance of us at the end of the league.
Okay.
All right. And I was going through the score, and I just feel like why don't you play duelist, Derp? Because I feel like your duelist player unfortunately wasn't able to have a lot of impact today. I don't know if it was a bad day for him, or maybe he's new to it or something. But have you considered picking up that duelist role?
No, not really. I throughout my time trying to play, right? I have thought oh, maybe duelist is for me because I've always saw 10s and such as soon as I play. But I think that I'm gonna stick to my role. I like it. I like the lurk, and yeah. But to speak on my duelist part, he just has to get comfortable with the team. I feel he'll become one of us, and we'll get it done.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, I know it. It's okay.
Yeah. And one other I believe a little bit of a final question here for you, Derp. Instead of what could you guys do better, or what do you think you could do differently? What do you think you guys need to bring that A game that you said you were going to be bringing to the end of the tournament? I want to know what's in your game plan here that will change how the trajectory of your team is really looking.
Well, I can't let you guys know too much because that just in case we see fish tacos every again. But I do think that we'll spend more time in the server and just looking at VODs, picking up stuff up from the challengers going on, which is great to see. And we'll definitely make ourselves new. We'll become a better and bigger team.
That's always the goal. And if you're going to be watching those challenger games, you might actually see Zoc over there casting too. So,
Really?
No. I don't cast any challengers. I do APAC, or I did APAC. But yeah.
If you watch older VODs, you can see them doing those. But yeah.
I gotta say one last thing that Derp's here. And it's 2 words. Derp supremacy.
Of course. Yeah. Derp supremacy, baby.
you know, we always do appreciate a solid amount of, you know, sportsmanship from you guys. Offering a knife fight mid at the very last round there, definitely. Well, second to last round, I think you guys won after that one, but yeah, a
Yep.
little offering those up and being able to have some fun with the game, no matter, you know, how much pressure is on your guys' shoulders, always a big flex. But that's all she wrote for today's games. And of course, thank you very much for sitting down and interviewing us. I know you probably have already been seated, but thank you for stopping in here. And as always, let's thank everybody else who was behind the scenes. Obviously, we had a great observer for us today in Zez's here, just absolutely bringing the heat, making sure that everybody was ready to rock and roll. Or Frez's, sorry, Frez's. Check him out at Frez's FREZIZ _ on Twitter if you want that level of observing skill. And of course, shout out to my co-caster. Hi, say something.
Yeah, hello, thank you so much. I had a great time being here, and it was a really fun match to cast. And of course, shout out to my co-caster as well as Mr. Hydra, who is behind production. So do give all of us a follow. You can see well, the weird spelling that's above my name, that like on the stream, that is my Twitter handle. So drop me a follow. Edu, you can spell yours out. Educatinator, I think. I hope I got it right. But that's his, so give him some love as well. And of course, make sure you do follow IGLeague because we're going to be having a lot more of these streams and a lot more of these games, and hopefully you'll see us back around soon.
Yeah, I can't wait to cast it again. Hydra always has me around on a Bunsen burner, just staying alive. So we'll see you guys in a little bit of time. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we see you maybe next week.
You are my ecstasy when you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you made me feel like I can touch the sky. You made me feel like I can touch